Today, we're gonna play Sprunki, but not just the regular way. We're gonna make SpongeBob characters into our very own Sprunki characters.
Yeah, this is gonna be so much fun. So let's get started.
We've got all the SpongeBob characters on this spinning wheel. Raddy and I are gonna take turns spinning it. And whoever it lands on, we're turning them into a Sprunki. Hey, let Raddy go first. Go ahead, Raddy.
Okay, Pinky, let's see what I get. Really hope it's SpongeBob or Sandy. It's Patrick Star. Wow, I love him, so let's make him in Sprunki. So let's make Patrick! I really wanted to make SpongeBob or Sandy because they're my favorite characters, but honestly, I don't mind making Patrick. He's just so funny and so stupid. Alright, so I'm gonna turn Orin into Patrick Star. First, I started deleting parts of Orange that I didn't need, just to make him look more like Patrick. Then, I changed the color, and now I'm starting on the eyes. He's got those really goofy eyes, haha, so I'm making them like that. After that, I'm gonna start working on the open mouth and shaping his face. It's coming together! Patrick is a big pink starfish who lives under a rock in Bikini Bottom. He's SpongeBob's best friend, and they do everything together. Patrick loves to catch jellyfish with SpongeBob and eat lots of ice cream. Sometimes, he says funny things that don't make much sense, but that's what makes him so silly and fun. Even though he's not the smartest, Patrick always tries his best and is a really good friend. Patrick is so funny. He's my favorite because he's always doing silly stuff. One time he thought his belly button was a cookie. He sleeps under a rock, like a real rock. And he always hangs out with SpongeBob, and they eat ice cream, and now I'm making his pants. He got those pink flowers on, and they were kinda hard to make. I'm putting them on right now, and that's the last thing. So yeah, pants are done, flowers are on, everything's in place, and just like that, Patrick is done! Okay, let's see it in Spunky. Yes! And let's call Pinky over. Pinky, come see this! You gotta check it out!
Okay, let's see how he looks. Oh my god, his note is his pants. That's so cool. Put him on. Oh my gosh, he looks so good. I was so excited to see the way he moves his eyes and everything. Like, it's just perfect. You can totally feel the Patrick vibe.
But okay, now that we've got Patrick looking all awesome, who's next? Who's the next character we're gonna bring to Sprunki?
Okay, it's my turn now to spin the wheel. Let's see who I'll get. Drum roll. Sandy! Oh my gosh, yes, Sandy Cheeks, here we go! She's gonna be so much fun to bring to Sprunki. Now I'm making my character Pinky into Sandy because, you know, we're both girls and super girly. I started by changing the colors and shaping her face. Since she's a squirrel, of course, I had to make her face shape different. The circle spunky face shape just wasn't gonna work for Sandy, haha. So I'm still working on shaping her face, and I've switched up the colors to match Sandy's style. 2 different colors, you know? Next, I'm working on her face details. I started by making her small, cute nose. Then I moved on to her big, happy smile. Just like Sandy's, I made the smile dark red because it stands out better. After that, I worked on her tongue, and it's looking really cute. Of course, I couldn't forget Sandy's big front tooth. Once I added that, it really started looking like Sandy. She has such a funny, silly face, and it's finally coming together. After the ears, I'm moving on to her eyes and eyelashes. Sandy has long, pretty eyelashes, so I'm making sure to add them to Pinky. After the eyes, it's time to work on the most important part, the space helmet. And, of course, I added her little flower on top of the helmet. Now, I'm moving on to her clothes. I'm making sure to get the zip right and making sure her suit looks just like Sandy's. I'm getting so excited. The last thing I need to do is her tail. Sandy has that big, fluffy, bushy tail, so I'm shaping it to look just like hers. Okay, I'm done. Let's see her. Oh my gosh, she looks so good. I'm seriously so happy with how she turned out.
Raddy, you have to see this! Wow, that looks excellent! Sandy, seriously, you nailed it. She's perfect. Now I'm so jealous. I think you might be better than me at making spunky characters. Look at how awesome Sandy looks. Alright, it's my turn to spin the wheel now. Now, let's see who I get. Okay, my turn now. Let's see. Mr. Krabs! Oh wow, this is gonna be fun. So I'm making Mr. Krabs into my character Raddy because, you know, we're both red. It's the perfect match. The first thing I did was start with Mr. Krabs' light blue shirt. I made sure to get those two collars just like in the show, with that little collar shape that makes him look so sharp. After I had the shirt down, I moved on to his dark blue pants. I wanted to make sure they looked exactly like his usual outfit. Then I worked on his black belt, had to make it look neat, and added his golden belt buckle right in the center. That's the part that really makes the look amazing. Next, I moved on to the face. I had to delete parts of Raddy that weren't needed for Mr. Krabs so I could start shaping the face. Mr. Krabs has this unique oval-shaped head. It's kind of like an egg, but a red egg, haha. So I had to make sure Raddy's face shape fit that. Then I moved on to the eyes. Mr. Krabs has these long, big eyes that really stand out, so I made sure to make them extra big and expressive. After I got the eyes done, I started on his nose. Mr. Krabs' nose is so funny. It looks kind of like a little beacon, so I shaped it just like his. Of course, I couldn't forget the eyelashes. Mr. Krabs has those thick, dramatic lashes, so I made sure to add those too. It was coming together so well. And finally, I looked at the whole thing and realized I was done! Wow, Mr. Krab looks so good in Sprunki style. I wish I could his hands too, but Sprunkis don't have hands, so I didn't. This is actually one of my favorite Sprunki characters I have made so far. Alright, let's check on Pinky and see what she's up to. I'm curious to see who she's gonna get next.
Okay, let's see who I'll get this time. I really hope it's gonna be SpongeBob. Oh no, I got Squidward. Well, I guess he's fun to make too, but I was really hoping for SpongeBob. I started by changing Sky into Squidward. First, I changed the color to look like a Squidward. After that, I got rid of the parts I didn't need. I wanted to focus on his eyes because they're really important. Squidward eyes always looks tired or bothered, so I made his eyes look like eggs. Haha. I made one eye first, then I copied it and put it on the other side, so both eyes were the same. Next, I worked on his big nose. Squidward has a really big nose, so I made sure to make it big too. Then, I worked on his forehead and shaped his face, making it look like Squidward's. After that, I gave him his clothes. He just wears a simple brown t-shirt, and I added collar too. I colored everything in, and after that, I was happy with how it looked. Now Sky looks just like Squidward! Wow, Squidward looks so amazing in Spunky. I can't believe how well he turned out, and it makes sense that he's just moving his head and not singing, since we can't really see his mouth, haha. But that big nose, wow, it's perfect. He looks so simple, but I love it. It's exactly Squidward, and I'm so happy with how it turned out. Okay, now it's Raddy's turn to make another character. There are only a few left, and I really hope he doesn't get SpongeBob.
Okay, now it's my turn. I really hope it's SpongeBob, so I can make him myself and not Pinky because he's my favorite character. Plankton? The evil Plankton. Oh, wow, I was not expecting that. Okay, so I'm gonna turn Purple into Plankton. Plankton is my least favorite character in SpongeBob because he's always so evil. He's this tiny little guy with a big attitude, and I'm trying to figure out what he looks like. I mean, I know SpongeBob is a sponge, but Plankton? What even is he? I decided he kind of looks like a pickle, so I'm making him look like one. I erased everything I started with and gave him one huge eye. It's so big, it almost covers his whole face. See, I made his eye even more big and color it. Then, I gave him tiny little feet, like they're so small he can barely walk. I shaped his face, and I colored his eyes orange, but now he looks kinda strange. I don't know why I gave him orange eyes, but now he looks like he ate something weird. I made the eyes bigger to fix it, but I still don't get why I picked orange. Maybe it was to make him look more scary? Then, I worked on his eyebrow. I don't even know why Plankton has such a big eyebrow. Just one giant eyebrow in the middle of his face. He looks like a cartoon villain who's always angry. After that, I made his ears. Or, are they ears? They look more like little corn shapes sticking out of his head. I added lines on them, then copied one and pasted it on the other side. It looked weird, but I kept going with it. When I see him in Sprunki, I can't stop laughing. All the other Spunky look normal, round and cute, but Plankton looks like a pickle. He's just standing there staring at me with that huge eye, like he's planning to take over the world or something. It's really weird, but also kind of funny.
Okay, now there's only 2 characters left. Karen, who's Plankton's wife, and SpongeBob. I really hope I get SpongeBob this time. Come on. No, that means Raddy gets to make SpongeBob. Lucky. Okay, so I decided to turn the Garnold into Karen Plankton's wife. It just made sense to me because they're both robots, or I guess you could say they're both AI. I still can't believe that Plankton is actually married to an AI. It's kind of funny when you think about it. Anyway, I started making Garnold, and I think Karen is a TV, so I started to make the head look like a TV. So I made the head a square shape, kind of like those old box TVs. At first, I wasn't really sure if I wanted it to look more like a TV or one of those hospital monitors that show your heart rate. You know, the ones with the green lines that go up and down. To be honest, I have no idea if she is a TV or heart rate monitor, but I decided to stick with the TV idea because it just felt right. After that, I began building the body. The body is kind of simple. It's basically just holding up the TV head. I also added some wheels at the bottom to help it move around. I really tried to shape everything to match how it looks in the show, keeping all the little details as close as I could. And finally, I finished everything and decided to see how Garnold looks when she moves on screen. And oh my god, it looks amazing! Seriously, it might be the best thing I've ever made. The animation is so smooth, and the way she moves back and forth is just so cool. I was honestly surprised by how great it turned out.
Oh my gosh, I've been so excited to make SpongeBob, and I'm finally doing it! This is amazing! I decided to turn Simon into SpongeBob. First, I deleted the parts I didn't need and started shaping his face into a square, because SpongeBob has a square head, not a round one. I think he's the only character with a square head in Sprunki. After that, I started coloring some parts and added little bumps and curves to the square to make it look more like a sponge, because SpongeBob isn't a perfect square. I copied Sandy's mouth and eyes that I had already made and pasted them onto SpongeBob's face. They have the same eyes and mouth, just different teeth. Then I made SpongeBob's tongue and his 2 big front teeth. I colored and reshaped his smile to look just like his. I also made his eyelashes thicker and changed the eye color to blue to match the real SpongeBob. I made one eye first, then copied and pasted it to the other side to keep them the same. Then I worked on his cheeks, those cute little round cheeks he always has when he smiles. I added them on both sides, and after that, I made his small, squiggly nose. It's such a simple shape but gives him so much personality. At this point, I looked at him and thought, wow, this really is SpongeBob! But I wasn't done yet. I added 3 freckles on each cheek because that's one of his little details people always recognize. Then I made tiny darker yellow dots on his head to make it look more like a sponge with holes. I moved on to his uniform, the one he wears at the Krusty Krab every day. First, I drew the white shirt and added the little cross design on the front. Then I made his bright red tie and brown square pants. I even added his belt with all the details. And that's it! He looks so much like SpongeBob now. I'm so excited. Wow, I can't believe I did that. I'm so proud of myself because it really looks like him. I have to show Pinky. Pinky, come see! It's SpongeBob. I can't believe I made this.
Wow, it really looks like SpongeBob. Now that we're done, let's add all the characters together. First, we'll put Patrick next to SpongeBob, then Sandy next to Patrick. After that, we'll add Mr. Krabs, then Karen the computer, and then Plankton. Wow, they all look so cute together. I love this version of Sprunki. I think I'll play with it every single day. Honestly, I like it even more than the original.
Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Let us know who your favorite character is. That's all. Bye.